And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon and welcome to the market recap for Monday, September the 19th. My name is John Hoagland. Thanks for trusting me with your time. If you attended the Top Step Trading Strategies class today, I hope you enjoyed it. I think I missed a couple of questions at the end of it. We're going to address those tomorrow. If you were there and you want to bring those questions back, please do. And again, we hope you had a good trading day today. A lot of these markets were away from where they opened last night. We had a lot of overnight inventory adjustments that really played out nicely. Now we're seeing some continuation to the upside in the equities. Remember, traders and investors have very short memories, so things firming up across the board ahead of the FOMC meeting, which the announcement is, of course, on Wednesday. As far as news is concerned, let's say a prayer for Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, who are in the face of Hurricane Fiona. It's a one-size hurricane, but still, they're getting a lot of water, a lot of issues over there. So make sure you say a prayer for them. Of course, got to say good long to Queen Elizabeth today. They put her to rest today. Stocks, however, did not rest. They were pulled up some pretty good winners today. E-mini S&P is unofficially closing 26 points higher, plus 0.46%. NASDAQ up about 86. Again, all of these unofficial. Closing up about 0.75%. The NASDAQ always looks worst at the bottom and best at the top, doesn't it? And the Dow up about 200 points, up 0.65%. So we pulled some stocks up against some kind of important inflection levels we saw this morning on the forecast. We'll check them out again this afternoon on the recap. Apparently, the U.S. is set to sell another 1 million barrels of crude oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in November. That's going to bring the total number of barrels sold from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to 165 to date. And apparently the agreement in March was that we were going to be selling 180 million barrels. I'd like to see that get replenished at some point, and at some point very soon. Alrighty. Take a deep breath. The day is over. We're going to get some rest up tonight and be ready again for tomorrow. Good afternoon, everybody. Tachyon, my brother Rick, always good to see you. Thanks for being here, and I love you. The Rooster, good day today. Hope you all had a good one, too. Good. So it looks like we had a few people had good days. Chilling with Dylan, good afternoon. Tachyon did not have that good a day. It was a roller coaster. A decent attempt to battle out of the first losing trade. Could have been content with plus or minus 200, but got impatient at the end. Good afternoon, Vince, Nicholas, Slim Jim, good afternoon. I love the John and Lacey show. Slim Jim, I don't know if I've seen your name before, but thanks for popping in and saying good afternoon. And Lacey's up on the couch. She's not supposed to be on, but I let her. Rooster, how many trades did you take today, Tachyon? Try to limit myself to 4 to 5 trades a day max. It's not a bad idea, Rooster, especially if you're looking to take some bigger bites out of the marketplace. And JD Royalty had a good day, up 992. My first day in the program, day 1, trade time, first hour. Nice job, JD. Welcome to the program. We're glad you're here, and we'll be looking forward to continued success for you. Good afternoon, Haggle Matters. Good to see you. So, just kind of thinking about what the markets did today. Crude prices rejected lower levels below the weekly kickoff low. at least for now. There's so much question as to what demand is going to be like. A lot of questions as to how good the economy is going to be doing and how many people are going to be able to afford gasoline. Even the S&P and the NASDAQ both had rejection at weekly kickoff low. Looks like they've created late spikes for us to deal with tomorrow morning. It's going to be an interesting day again tomorrow. And all of this before the FOMC. I keep thinking in the back of my head, because the FOMC meeting begins tomorrow and we have the release on Wednesday as usual, these markets are likely to fall into kind of some range-bound activity. And it worked for the better part of the day. Once we took out that high in the S&Ps and the NASDAQ, we certainly saw some buyers coming in. Now, what kind of buyers would be coming in? They're either longer-term buyers that need to adjust inventory to protect themselves on Wednesday, or short time frame pea shooters like me. One or the other. We'll find out tomorrow morning when we see the open interest information. Gold seems really just content to wait. A very small range inside Friday's range. No change in the perception of value of an ounce of gold. No reason to get too excited in opportunities there, at least not today. Euro was very similar to gold, small inside range, no changes in the perception of value. The 10-year, however, took a good look that weekly kickoff low and still at least supportive, but really kind of dragging along the bottom. You got to wonder how long buyers down at that level are going to maintain their ability to support price there, especially knowing rates are going to be going higher on Wednesday. And natural gas, again, rejection below weekly kickoff low for now, but very little in the realm of momentum or direction. Really just kind of hung on there, kind of the way the 10-year did with its weekly kickoff low. 40 trades for Tachyon, micros only though. That's a lot of trades, Tachyon. It's a lot of trades. I mean, I don't know, really your strategy. If you're looking for smaller bites, it seems like you are. But start thinking about looking for some bigger bites, maybe. Fewer trades, bigger bites. Why don't we just go ahead and jump into the charts here? And we'll take a look at what we see. And we'll start with crude. All right. So we did take a pretty deep look below weekly kickoff low. Even after the open, we were below it. But we see some pretty decent rejection, and volume certainly seems to be coming into the November contract. We still remember we're still at the end of rollover, so we don't have all the volume here. It seems like it's a lot of volume, but it's just kind of coming into the the November contract. So at least we have a little degree of rejection down below weekly kickoff low. Here's what it looked like on the 30-minute. Okay, we had a lot of overnight shorts. Where did we open? We opened right here. So we got a little bit long. We had lots of shorts piling in. The market opens, looks around a little bit, doesn't see what it wants to see down there, and drives directly back above weekly kickoff low. This is overnight inventory adjustment. Almost to a T, because where did price get to? Basically, the opening price from last night. And then it just died there. So this is short time frame participation. It has to be. Because they opened the price here. Short time frame traders pushed it lower. They didn't find what they were looking for down there. Short time frame traders brought it right back to where it started. We're going to see this a lot today in all of these markets. So here we have the S&Ps trading to and through the weekly kickoff low, opening back above it. So opening back above that weekly kickoff low. Here's our little stab down below it. It was supportive all night long with just a little bit of excess down there. The market opens. This was one of those sessions when the opening range would trade out perfectly for us. Too bad it wasn't during make-whole money. But we took that opening range and got out here into the close. We just took everything out of that market. Was looking for this to happen. I was looking for it to really kind of find a range and just kind of loll around the rest of the day and the better part of tomorrow. But it's looking like we may have built some volume up here. We've got a late spike. We're going to see if we open in the late spike. If we open above that late spike, that's high probability of continuation to the upside. So we're going to have to see what happens. Going to have to see what happens tomorrow morning. NASDAQ is going to look a little bit like this. Okay, here's our weekly kickoff low. Considerably lower in chart-wise than the S&Ps. The weekly kickoff low is here in the S&Ps. But we had to move it lower because we closed below it on Fridays. So we look at last week's low, we reject, and we bring price back to even more so than the S&Ps. Here's where we started last night. Overnight inventory to the short side. Back to where we started. That's where we balanced. And now we found buyers that come in and continue this move to the upside. I'm a little bit more excited about the opportunities we may see tomorrow because of the fact that we didn't just fall into range in the equities. Now, in gold and in euro, we've already fallen into range-bound activity here. Here's what the daily looks like in gold. Definitely downside structure. Last week's low right there. And, whoops, here we go. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for, the 30. So, looking at it this morning, overnight low, overnight high were really kind of the extremes we were looking at, and we didn't even get to either of them. Market opens, inside range, inside value. Just not a lot of big opportunity here. Where did this market open? It opened here. Overnight shorts took the market back to settlement, almost back to where the market opened. So still, it seems like we're in very short time frame control here. Very short time frame control. Here's the euro. Similar situation. Really range bound for 3 weeks, maybe even coming around to a month. But here's that 30. We open here. Overnight inventory gets too short. We end up bringing the price back to where we started last night. Overnight inventory, short time frame control. What about the 10-year? Here's weekly kickoff low. Overnight inventory was certainly short, but we didn't necessarily bring price back to that opening level, did we? So we dragged along the bottom, beating up the buyers down there, unable to bring price back to the opening price or settlement. It's interesting. This probably did a lot, this range-bound activity, to even out inventory. We couldn't quite get there early enough, so we took out the inventory just by range-bound activity. Take a look at the nat gas. Looking early at move to the downside, but we were unable to do so. It doesn't look like we're ready to break out of this neckline for our head and shoulders here just yet, does it? Sometimes things just don't work the way we want them. Here's the daily. Opening below the weekly kickoff, driving right back above it. Overnight inventory was short. Took care of the overnight inventory early. And then traded right to, just short of, the naked point of control from Friday. Visual levels. Short time frame control. I'm telling you that so far today in most of these markets, if not all of them, it just looks and acts like short time frame control to me. No major players. Major players are stacking themselves up, adjusting inventories, and getting themselves hedged for Wednesday. Maybe they know something. I know I don't. I don't know much, but we'll see how things have to play out. Today is Brian Epstein's birthday, 1934. Brian Epstein was the Beatles manager until he died in 1967. Boy, he sure missed a lot, didn't he? Died of drugs and alcohol. 1940, you guys remember Paul Williams, little guy, kind of glasses? He wrote the songs for the Carpenters, We've Only Just Begun and Rainy Days and Mondays. Huge, huge songs for the Carpenters. I know you guys probably laugh when you hear me talk about the Carpenters, but I love Karen Carpenter's voice. Just wonderful. 1981, Simon and Garfunkel met together for one concert in Central Park. Over 400,000 fans attended. It was recorded, and you can hear those recordings on, the Central Park concert, I think is what it's called. Pearl Jam put out their second album today. They never did do a video for any of the songs on that second album. I find that kind of strange. Today's Cass Elliott's birthday, from the Mamas and the Papas. She was born in 1943. Ray Cooper's birthday is today. He was born in 1947. If you don't know Ray Cooper, he's a percussionist who's played with just about everybody on the globe that is famous. I saw Ray Cooper he was a percussionist when I saw Eric Clapton after the Journeyman album. And he's unbelievable, wildly entertaining to watch. If you ever get a chance to see something with Ray Cooper when he's in his percussionist mode, it's really something to see. Today's Lita Ford's birthday. Lita Ford was born in 1958. She was with the Runaways and also worked a lot with Ozzy Osbourne. Trisha Yearwood's birthday is today. Garth Brooks' wife, but a country singer and monster all on her own. And there was an earthquake that's been sending tsunamis towards Mexico, not Michigan. No tsunamis in Michigan. Apparently there was one in 1985 in Mexico City. Earthquake shakes Mexico City, 1985. So kind of strange that there's another earthquake on the same day near Mexico that's sending some pretty big waves up their way. I saw some video of surfers looking for some of those big waves to come in. All right. Well, tomorrow we don't really have anything major as far as economic numbers. Tomorrow we've got FOMC meeting begins. We are going to be getting deeper into some of the housing information. Housing starts and permits tomorrow, 7:30 Central. Existing home sales 9 o'clock on Wednesday. So we're getting some real looks into the housing, how the housing sector is holding up. We have to see about that. Lots of worries about that. Haggle Matters. Most incredible live drum solo I ever saw was Carl Palmer with ELP. Carl Palmer was one of the best, and I've always been a huge ELP fan. I still have, I think, the original pressings of Brain Salad Surgery, and I have original pressing of Works Volume 1 in my little library of vinyl. Is there a link to sign up for the Trading Foundation's courses? I can just give you the direct link or the link to sign up for it. Trading Let me get that for you. Here's to register. This is a registration link. Yes. The Piano for Works. I think that whole album, one of my favorite parts of Works Volume 1 is Pirates. I just love that. Just love the sound, love the song. Just amazing. And Greg Lake's work on it is, some great stuff. Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Frozen Gumwad, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Albert King. You're welcome, Nicholas. Right. All right. Well, let's call this a recap. Looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow morning for the market forecast. And we've got a whole bunch of things tomorrow. We've got Coach's Playbook. We've got trading strategies. And we've got a recap tomorrow. You guys are going to be so sick of me. But I appreciate you, and we want to see you succeed. So we're going to keep doing this. Get out there and get some good rest tonight. I know I'm going to take it real easy tonight. Got to get my my energy back up a little bit. I know things are going to be a little bit crazy this week, so be ready. Get some rest. Have a good night, and I'll see you in the morning.